What's going on, my family, my beautiful YouTube's family, my beautiful conscious family? This is exciting. This is my second video. Hope you guys got a chance to see the first one to see what my channel will be about. I hope everybody's doing good in this time. These trying times, you know. But I wanted to talk today a little bit about what's actually happening. Sorry for the wind. You know I'm outside. You gotta get outside. Come on now. So I wanted to talk about what's really happening. Discuss a little bit of the third eye and how it all ties together. So, put my hood up. So, on my spiritual journey, when I first felt like I became awakened, the first thing I did was look up meditating, specifically chakra meditations. And I started researching a little bit about that because I'm sure like most people who awaken, they're going through a tough time before they actually become awakened at the first stage of awakening. So I was looking up chakra meditations and all that. I got really into it. And before you know, I start working up the chakra points, the root, the sacral, the solar plexus, the heart, the throat, the third eye, and the crown. What I wanted to talk about today is specifically that third eye chakra and what it does for you. So, like I said before, taking care of yourself, make sure you're eating right, make sure you're taking care of your body. You have to stay away from that fluoride water. It will block your pineal gland. Pineal gland is actually your third eye. This is like the all-seeing eye. It's almost like raising your awareness, you know? So, once I really felt like my third eye was opening, you start to see the world in a different light. And like I mentioned before, it's almost like it's the first step in taking that red pill, you know? You start to question everything. Questioning, that's the biggest thing. You start to question. And let me tell you right now, opening this it can be dangerous. You know, a lot of people aren't ready. Like I said before, ignorance can be bliss for y'all. Ignorance can be bliss, but not for me. I want to know everything. So, once you start opening your third eye, you start to question everything we've been told. I saw this really good documentary. It's funny because YouTube's trying to block it. It's called Out of the Shadows. And it's on YouTube. If you go on the YouTube, you type in Out of the Shadows documentary, it won't come up. Isn't that funny? So you got to go to Google and you got to type in Out of the Shadows and go to the video section. And this thing has like over 4 million views. That's how I know we're awakening right now. People are woke to it. It's got like 4 million views, but it won't be the top thing on the YouTube algorithm. That's funny. I don't know. I think that's part of it. Your third eye's opening, you start to notice that bullshit like that. But this documentary, let me get into it. Basically exposing Hollywood for what it is. It's made by a stuntman who realized what he was doing, he's working for the wrong people. He says Hollywood actually means, I believe he said it comes from like the holly plant back in the day, where almost a form of magic and mind control. And it's funny because he realizes that this is what they're doing. This is what we've been told since we were kids, even since Disney movies. They want to put the wrong message into our youth at a young age. And that's also with the school system. They don't teach you meditation. They don't teach you anything. They just teach you how, you know, work your way up, get your degree, get a job, working for the man, working for the system, working for the elites. Basically, this world is run by 6 major corporations. And these corporations have control over everything. They have control over Hollywood. They have control over the magic, the mind control. And actors aren't part of it. You know, you look at these famous actors. I'm going to name drop Tom Hanks. You're one of them. How do I know? When the coronavirus hit, who was the first one to get hit by it? It was Tom Hanks. Now, I don't know about that. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I think the people know that he has a lot of, just a big audience, I would say. So once we see him, we're going to start freaking out. And this goes back to the media. Also, before I get into that, Ricky Gervais, man, this guy's hilarious. He's my man. You guys probably saw his Golden Globes, his thing he did. He referenced how everybody's being friends with Jeffrey Epstein. And in this documentary, they go into this thing called Pizzagate, where it's like all the Clintons, like the email scandals. They use code words. They code word for pizza. And this means child rape. This means child abuse. Oh my God. It's terrible. And the media is controlled by these 6 corporations, these elites, so they won't even address it. You guys have to look at this doc. I can't do it justice, but oh my gosh, basically a lot of famous people, a lot of actors, I believe in Tom Hanks too. I think he was one of them. Basically, they're all buddies with Epstein, and they would take trips to his island. Now, this island, they had underage kids. And God knows what they were doing. Probably sexual abuse, probably sexual assault, all that stuff. But it goes even a deeper route where it talks about atheism and, youthful blood. I'm not going to get into all that. But I digress. When you start to open up your third eye, you start to realize these things. You start to question these things. Like a lot of these celebrities we look up to, they're really just being controlled. Or they might not have the right purpose. They might not be spreading the right message. You might say my message might not be spreading the right because it's dark. But it's the truth. That's why I feel like I want to raise this conscious community. It's awareness. I want people to wake up to this. I want people to do their own research. Because yes, it can be dark. And I realize that. And I'm sorry if I hurt you guys. But do your own research. You don't have to believe me if you want. But when you start to take care of yourself, you start to meditate, you start to raise your awareness, you start to boost your chakras, you start to open up your third eye, your pineal gland. You start to have these thoughts, you start to question these things. Ricky Gervais, oh, Epstein didn't kill himself. Oh, shut up, you guys are all friends with him. That's so funny. And the look Tom Hanks had, the look he gave, oh my God, that was priceless. He's like, what are you doing? You fool. You're uncovering the truth, you fool. It's stuff like that, man. So what's really going on? What's really happening when you start to open your third eye? For one thing, I feel like everybody in this conscious spiritual community knows. Coronavirus is man-made. Without a doubt. Now, it could be real, it could be not. But we know the media controls everything. And the whole point of the media is to instill fear and anger into the population. When people are afraid and people are angry, they get scared. What happens with scare? When you're scared, you look for someone to lead you. You look for someone to control you. You can't think for yourself anymore. You can't. You need a savior. You need a religion. You need God. You need something. You need a newscaster, a politician, a famous actor, Tom Hanks. But, man, so when you look at the media, it spread a lot of hate and negativity. That is all to control you. Now, I know for a fact, all these deaths that they're reporting are not coronavirus related. Like, me and my buddy were talking. Somebody gets shot, comes in limping into the hospital, 6 bullet holes in his chest. Let's chalk this one up to coronavirus, another statistic. Get everybody scared. You have less, if you're under 60, you have less than 1% chance of dying. Like, it's insane. Granted, if you have like severe medical problems, you're not taking care of yourself, you're eating that fast food red meat, your chances are going to be higher. But the funniest thing is, we have the cure. Everybody in the conscious community has this cure. And all it is taking care of your body, boosting your immune system, and eating right, and getting outside in nature. That's all it is. Another thing, I'll get into it a little bit. I'm gonna wrap this video up. But these vaccines, that's Bill Gates. He's another one of them. He's one of the elites. This man is richer beyond rich. How do you think he got like that? He wants to push vaccines. He's not even a doctor. God knows what these vaccines are. You talk about pushing agendas. You want the media, excuse me, you want the media to make everybody afraid so they have to look up to something. Well, we can look up to those vaccines when they come out. Now, if you look up to these vaccines and everybody's gonna be forced to get them, shit, I heard some things that you might not even be allowed to like get on a plane, go in a grocery store unless you have certificate evidence that you got this vaccine. Now that is insane. God knows what they're putting in. They're already microchipping our phones. They're gonna microchip our blood. You know. Shit, I'm gonna have to wrap this up. I could talk about this stuff forever, but I want to keep it at like 10 minutes. It's only my second video too. Maybe I'll try to keep it more positive next time, but I think in these times, these trying times, these tough times are not like any other time. I just wanna get my mind off it. I'm passionate about this stuff, so anyways, I love you guys. Appreciate any support you give me. Like I said, this isn't for money at all. This is just to raise the awareness, baby. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.